Hey, beautiful souls, it's Kanisha with Peace, Love, and Faith. I don't know how I left y'all hanging without the 9 signs of a true twin flame, but this is what this video is going to be on. So definitely grab some tea or your coffee, sit back and relax because we're about to go over the 9 signs. If you didn't check out my 9 signs of a false twin flame, I don't know how to link a video up here or anything like that, but you can go and check out my playlist. It's going to be 2 videos prior to this one. So that one was very fun and very successful and got a lot of questions on that one. So I love that that was the topics that you guys were able to receive. So let's go ahead and jump into the channel, the 9 signs of a true twin flame. You can find that in the book Twin Flames, Finding Your Ultimate Lover. I refer back to this book on a daily basis. On a daily basis, I will sometimes ask God, like, what do I need to be focusing on or healing? Or like, what do I need to see within my union? And then I'll do a random like flip in the book and it's always perfect. And then usually it comes up between me and my twin flame in a conversation. So I love this book. I love being able to just reference back to it all the time. I read it at least once to twice a year, and every time I learn something new. So check that out at Amazon. So, all right, first sign of a true twin flame. Your twin flame will feel familiar to you nobody in this world will feel as familiar and as comfortable to you as your twin flame. Not even your parents equal the familiarity and kinship you will feel with your twin flame. It may feel as though you have been friends for lifetimes, and this is absolutely true. Your closest human friend is your twin flame. Yes, this is true. I love my twin flame. So, yeah, I do find that with my twin flame, I feel like even though he's technically been, and I've known him since high school, but we weren't friends or really even acquaintances all the way up until about 3 years ago. When I think 3 years, that sounds crazy to me because we've been through so much in the last 3 years that it really does feel like we've done a lifetime together. He also is my closest friend. So like if anything happens in my life, he's like the first person I think of to call or talk to. But we really do share a lot of things together that we don't share with our other friends. We just share with each other. So in truth, he is my closest human friend. He is my best friend, and I do feel like we've done many lifetimes together. All right, number 2, your twin flame will share the same vision of their life as you do. If you are unclear about everything, so will your twin flame be unclear. They will want the same things for themselves as you do. They will share a clear vision with you for your lives if you do the work to create the clear vision. Their personal vision also complements and enhances your own. Yes. I love this about twin flames. Okay. So this is very true. With my true twin flame, me and him have, if not the same vision for our life, we both want we want a family, we want to be married, we want to live our life purpose and serve God. We really desire to do a lot in our community locally, which we both already do, which is really actually so great because in my previous relationships, I was always doing things in my community, which kind of made me a social butterfly, and I networked a lot. And I really just love being able to just communicate with those in my community. And in my previous relationships, there would be a lot of like jealousy or a lot of questioning, like, how do you know that person? Why are you always talking to people? It was like they just didn't get that this was my work. Like, this was my life and this is how I did things. And so with my twin flame, he is me. And so the first time that we had gone out in public and did something along the lines of his work, which he is a teacher and he's also a coach here throughout the community. It was really cool to see people respond to him the way that they respond to me. And I was just like, oh my God, he gets it. Like there's not going to be any jealousy or questioning. There's not going to be any like, who's she talking to over there? He would probably think like, oh, she's not working. She's doing her thing. She runs 2 businesses. She's know what she's doing over there kind of thing. So we both have the same vision of our life and like really what we truly desire as a couple, as a family. We've had those conversations, and ultimately any other person would never really be open to having those conversations with me, but my true twin flame was more than willing to get clear because I just made the core choice to get clear, and of course he met me there. So as I get clear, so does he. As he gets clear, so do I. And ultimately it really does find that you really do find that you meet in the same place. It's like, it's really great. It's really easy. I enjoy it. So Okay, step 3 or number 3. Sorry, my allergies are bothering me, y'all. Your twin flame will desire the same thing as you do from life. Facts. They will want to live similar experiences and gain similar understandings. They will not desire everything exactly as you do because they are not a carbon copy of you. So, this is very true. At first, I was really triggered by this because there would be times where it looked like my twin flame didn't desire the same thing as me. But in truth, at the core, he wanted the same thing, but the experience was a little different. So, I'm trying to like figure out how to like share what I want to share without like divulging too much. Um, yeah, I'm like trying to find like a different topic because I don't really feel like that's appropriate to share at this moment in time because it's just my union and I'm protective of my union. But like, let's say like, like, I guess we can just talk about like, let's say marriage. Like, my twin flame and I both want to get married, but like at the core is like marriage union. But for me, I desire to just like go to the courthouse and just like get married because I just want to be his wife. But for him, he does desire to have like that celebration for his family and for us and all of those things. So yes, we desire the same thing, but we kind of desire it a little differently. I hope that makes sense. Like I had to think of a way to explain that without it being too personal. But for me, it was like, yeah, I guess we can have the big wedding and stuff. Like, I don't mind doing that. I would do that for you and your family. But me personally, I would prefer to just go to the courthouse. So, at the core, we both want to be married. It just, the desire of how that unfolds is a little different for the both of us. And that's okay. Again, you're not carbon copies of each other, but at the core, you always want the same thing. So, I hope that's clear. Number 4. Your life choices will align easily with your twin flame if you take the time to get clear on your choices together and individually. I love this. So, yes, your choices will align easily with your twin flame as you get clear. So, one of the things that I thought was really interesting was back in December, I made the choice to really focus on organizing my finances. And so I spent time like writing them out and getting clear on what they look like and where money was going and where money was coming and blah, blah, blah. And I kid you not, like a week later, my twin flame is like, yeah, last week I spent time like getting clear on my finances and writing them out and figure out where money's going and where it's coming. And I just started laughing. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, so did I. So when you make a choice, your twin flame makes the same choice. And it's instant because you're one. They're your perfect mirror. And so this is where a lot of people will like make a choice, but then they look to their twin flame to see if their twin flame changed. And I don't recommend that because ultimately you're telling yourself and you're telling the universe that you don't trust your inner work. And you also don't trust that this person is your twin flame. And so when you have that doubt and insecurity, guess what they're going to mirror back to you? Doubt and insecurity. All right. So as you get clear, so do they. Number 5. Your twin flame will value the same things as you when you both get clear on your values. A good way to uncover a false twin flame is to get clear on your values with your partner. No true twin flame will avoid doing the work with you if you are sincere about doing the spiritual work and getting clear on your values. Yes, 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 yes. So I love this part where it says no true twin flame will avoid doing the work with you if you're sincere about doing the spiritual work. So there would be times where it looked like me and my twin flame didn't have the same core value, or where it really looked like we weren't making the same core choice. And so I do recall there was a time where we were in the car together and we had like 3 hours before getting home. And I was just like, I am not trying to drive in this car with this man and being in a massive upset. Like, I just won't do it. And any other relationship, we would have just drove in silence. Like, that's what I know about my past relationships is like, they would have just been like, no, you're mad. I'm not going to talk to you about it. But I had made a choice in my heart to clear the upset within myself. I wasn't going to talk about it out loud. At this time, I didn't even know that he was truly my twin flame. I kind of like an inkling of like, maybe I should explore this. But this was kind of the moment that like shifted everything for me to really explore this person as my twin flame. But on my love list, I did have that my true twin flame is willing to do the spiritual work with me, and he won't avoid moving through upsets, that he will actually desire to get to the core of an upset because he doesn't want to sit in an upset with me, and also because I don't have to move, or I don't need to move through the upset by myself. Like, my true twin flame is going to be willing to move through upsets with me because I wasn't created to move through them alone. So we had this big upset. I could have literally thrown something at him because I was that mad, y'all. Like, I thought about getting out of the car and walking home, but I was like 3 hours away, so we didn't do that. But I chose in my heart, I was just like, God, like, I choose to get clear on this upset. I want to heal it because I don't want to sit in this for the next 3 hours. And I really have no desire to be angry at him, but I am angry at him. So, like, I really choose to heal this with you. And I just found that part of me. And as soon as I found her, he was just like, if I've upset you, please let me know so that I can work through it with you, because you're not meant to work through upsets alone. And I about fell over, y'all. Like, I was not prepared for him to, one, like, speak out loud what I was already thinking and feeling, and also not to, like, he, like, verbatimly, like, repeated what was on my love list. And in that moment, I was just like, all right, well, I can't ignore that, so we're going to explore it. And ever since, anytime we have an upset, when I choose to heal it at the core, guess who heals it with me and chooses to heal with me in that moment? My twin flame. So it's never appropriate to sit in an upset. Like, it's just not, because every upset that you have with your twin flame is ultimately your upset with God. And so when you clear it, they automatically clear it at the same time. They feel instant relief as you clear the upset. So really do your inner work. It's super important. And you don't have to wait for them to do it. You can do it yourself, and it gets clear. And one of my core values is honesty. One of my core values is loyalty, commitment. And so I have to be committed to the work. I have to be loyal to myself. I'm not sitting in upsets and abandoning myself. I have to really honor what I feel and be honest with how I feel and move through it. And he always, every single time, meets me there. If he doesn't, it's because he's mirroring to me that I have not chosen at the core to actually heal it, that I'm still choosing to sit in petty energy, because I tend to do that. And sometimes I'm looking to him to heal it because I'm so mad at him. And once I healed the upset, I realized I wasn't actually mad at him. I was mad at the core of the upset. He was just the person bringing it up for me to show me that, hey, this was already there. The thing that you're moving through was already in your consciousness. I'm just bringing it up because it's no longer in alignment with where we're going, and you can't take it with you. So I bring it up so that you can heal it and let it go, and we can meet in harmony there, and we can continue going deeper in love in this space. So remember, all upsets are not personal. They're just here to help you go deeper in love. All right, number 6. Your twin flame will adore you at the core above all others. Facts. A false twin flame will have many more love interests, but your true twin flame will not genuinely ever love another human as much as they love you. You know that you have left your twin flame long ago if you sincerely love that person with your innermost heart, even if you find it intolerable to be around them. This is true. I'm sorry. Sometimes my man just drives me nuts. Like, I say it all the time. Like, he drives me crazy. And, but I've never, like, not loved him. There's never been a time where, like, I've not felt love for him. There have been false twin flames where I'm like, I do care for this person, but I don't love this person. And, my false, I guess not even false twin flames, but people that I explored in connections always had other people. They were always secretly, or sometimes out loud, they would tell you, like, I'm exploring other connections too. But what I found about me and my twin flame is that, like, when we focus on a connection, we focus on that connection alone. There isn't all these other people happening here. Now, I did have to move through a little bit of, not even really a little bit of that, but, like, my twin flame was kind of in this, like, player vibe when we came together at first. And that was because he was helping me heal this energy of belief that men were players, that men couldn't commit to one woman, that men were just, like, always playing mind games. And because I had this belief, he showed up there. But when I really started to heal this, he shifted very quickly. And he is a one woman kind of man, which I absolutely love and adore about him. And when he's committed, he's absolutely committed to that thing, and he's loyal to that thing. And he will not commit to something unless he knows he's going to fully commit to it wholeheartedly. So he's not impulsive. He's very logical, and he methodically like figures things out before fully investing, because if he can't go all in, he's not going to. And that's how I am too. So other people were not like that. My twin flame is, and your twin flame should be too. Like when you are truly choosing your twin flame, they are truly choosing you too. All right, number 7, your true twin flame will always love you. You will always know this when you tune into your heart center. Your twin flame will never abandon you in love and will never truly withdraw their love. They cannot, because they are you. Yeah. So that was my biggest upset with my twin flame, was like this fear that he was going to abandon me. But because I was always still continuously doing my inner work, even when we have upsets and I'm like, okay, this is going to be the upset where he leaves. Never. He has never left. And there was a time where he did come to one of my coaching sessions. And I'm like, I feel like he's going to abandon me as soon as we leave this. And he just like held my hand and he's like, I'm not going anywhere, Kanisha. Like, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. And that has stayed true. That was like 3 years, going on 3 years ago. Like he has stayed. He's never gone anywhere. And neither one of us, we've talked about it, neither one of us have a desire to go anywhere. There's almost like there's truth and truth. We can't. There's like, I don't even want to say like this, like it almost feels like you're like bonded to each other. Like it's like even if you tried to go different directions, you know in your heart you're going to come back to each other. And so we're now at this place in our union where we're like we don't desire to even try to explore going a different direction. We would rather invest and put energy into this and really getting clear on how to harmonize in this space than try to go separate directions. So hallelujah, that required a lot of inner work. And they will never really withdraw their love from you. My twin flame. Even if he tried, he still loves me anyways. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, even if he's upset with me, he doesn't withdraw his love. He still is like, fine, I'm gonna love you anyways. But all right, number 8, your true twin flame will always genuinely enjoy your company. True twin flames feel comfortable and relaxed with each other's honest and authentic presence. Yeah, that's because you're actually meant to spend your life with your twin flame. Like you will spend more time with your twin flame than you will any other person or in any other relationship you've ever been in. And so when you're truly in your honest and authentic presence, it's a lot of fun and it's just a lot of peace. Now, with that being said, when you guys are wearing a mask or you're not being true or authentic with yourself, me and my twin flame have called each other out on this many times. Like, I don't feel like you're being honest. I don't feel like you're being authentic. I feel like you're hiding. I feel like you have a wall up. Like, we will call those things out because it's uncomfortable to sit in your union. And if you don't call it out, you will find yourselves going separate directions. Now, I don't mean call it out and let's just blame each other for everything. That is not what I'm saying. I mean, sincerely, just be like, hey, like, I really feel like you're not being your authentic self here. And this feels uncomfortable because I love when you show up authentically. And I love when you show up as your true self because that actually allows me to feel safe in this connection. And so when you can maneuver in that way, you will find that you guys will be able to be very vulnerable and open with each other and that your union will just naturally grow and expand. All right. And then number 9, when you meditate deeply within your heart, you can see if this person in question is the exact vibration match to your soul's blueprint. Yeah, so this was something that I had to really allow myself to be open to. When I would do this with other people that I was exploring, there was just like this feeling of like something's off, like I don't understand. And when I did this with my true twin flame, it was like everything like showed me like every space where we're a vibrational match. And actually, not only can I feel it, but everyone else can too. People in our like in our friends group can feel it. My kids can feel it. They can all feel that like, yeah, you guys are meant to be together. Like it is what it is. My kids gave us their blessing. I want to say like the first week that we started like really spending time with each other, they saw a picture of us together. And my youngest was like, you're going to marry that man. They can feel the vibration. They can feel that you are one. And it's a really beautiful thing because when you're together, there has been many times where when we didn't have like a label to our relationship, people would say things like, aren't you guys together? Like, you guys are not a couple? And then we're like, I mean, not officially. That's something we're working through. And people are like, I totally thought you guys were together. It's just an energy. You can't deny it. You know when twin flames are twin flames because they have the same energy. They're a match to each other. They're perfect complements, and to everyone, it just feels right. And so you can trust that when you're with your true twin flame, everyone else will be able to like feel it and see it, but mostly feel it because it's an energy thing. So I really hope that that brings some clarity on what a true twin flame is. Ultimately, no one can tell you who your true twin flame is, and you can't go making someone your twin flame, guys. You can't just be like, I really like this person, or maybe you have an attachment, maybe there's some obsession there. Especially if you have to heal through codependent relationships and really working on being very just responsible of yourself. But with my true twin flame, and I guess I'll have to do a video on this separately because I don't want to go too far into this video, but with my true twin flame, he was not someone that I was attracted to right away. I did think he was cute. I was like, yeah, the kid's cute. Like, but like there was a lot of blockage there because we had a upset in high school 11, 12 years ago that I held on to. And so because of that upset, I couldn't see him clearly, which meant that I really didn't find him that attractive because I was seeing him through a distorted lens ultimately. And then when I started healing and starting to see myself clearly, I was starting to see him clearly. And I remember just kind of gradually over time, I was just like, wow, like he's beautiful. And like, like he's really handsome, and like there's something different about him. And there was also this attractiveness to him because he was doing his inner work, and he was ultimately sharing it just through communication with us as friends. He would just talk about what he was moving through and his reflection and what he came to. And he was the first person in my reality where I was just like I mean like my physical reality beyond my friends and anyone that I've ever met, where I was like, wow, like this man's doing his inner work. Like I don't even know if he knows that he's doing it. Like he's almost doing the mirror exercise. Like that's really cool. Well, he's me. So at first I was not truly attracted to my twin flame, nor did I think he was my twin flame. I could not see him correctly. But there really came moments after healing and spending time with him. I remember a specific moment. I'm not going to give too much detail, but I do remember just like my heart recognized him, my soul recognized him. And there was just like this deep instant relief. And I was very emotional because I was like, wow, like I found him. Like I've been looking for you. And any other person that I explored, I remember there being a time like, God, please don't let this be my twin flame. And then when God revealed him to me and really showed me that he was my true twin flame, I was just like, oh my God, thank you. Like, thank you so much that this is my person. He's everything and more. And I couldn't have created him better in my mind, but yet God knew exactly not only what I wanted, but what I needed. And so he is absolutely everything. He is a vibrational match to me. And it always felt like there, when I did my love list, that there would be like, I would need like 3 or 4 men to match me. This man matches me. He's also very masculine, and he naturally allows me to just relax into my feminine energy. Anytime we go anywhere, I just get to get in the passenger seat and I get to just sit back and relax because he takes care of everything and he just allows me to do it, and it just feels so good. And he also is in a very strong masculine space to where I can easily submit, and I don't mean just sexually, I mean like in a sense of like if he told me to sit down I would. Like, Kanisha, sit down, relax, and let me take care of this. And I'm just like, okay. Like, you got it. Like there's just something about him that I just respect him. I deeply respect him and I deeply love him. But that took time for me learning how to trust him. That required us to have conversations, to do the work. And I can tell you, one of the things that it said in the book is that your true twin flame will not avoid doing the work. And if you're truly doing your inner work, your twin flame will truly do the inner work with you. And that's one of the things that I love about my union, is that we do the inner work together. Sometimes we have blocks to it, but there have been many, many times where we have done the inner work together. We've come to a place of peace. We move through the upset, and then we're laughing again 5 minutes later. So it's a beautiful, beautiful connection that you get to have. Everyone gets to have it if they choose to do the work. I do not recommend doing the work by yourself. It is not sustainable. I tried to do it by myself for a very long time. I do not recommend it. Get an Ascension coach if you need one. I'm here for you. If it's not a good match, I can help you find an Ascension coach that works for your price point and is going to help guide you through your episodes. So I really hope that this brings you some peace. If you have a video recommendation, definitely drop it down below. I appreciate all of you who comment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That does really help boost the algorithm. Thank you for all the likes and the subscribes. Don't forget to share this with a friend, and I will see you guys soon. Peace, love, and faith. Bye-bye.